Hey y'all, Angel Audio here to talk about more Christmas stuff. 'Tis the season. I'm so busy. I think everybody's busy though. Christmas is just a very hectic time. Everyone's trying to get their jobs done. Everybody's trying to shop for Christmas, decorate. Everybody's has like holiday parties. I think it's a lot. I'm just super busy and I feel like everybody else is too. But here we are talking about Christmas things. I was gonna say doing Christmas things, but I mean, I'm sure most people are. Unless you don't celebrate Christmas, then you're not. But I mean, if you are, woo! If you're not, also woo! Just not Christmas woo. So I guess let's jingle bells, maybe? Maybe. Anyway, we're gonna talk about the Krampus today. The good old evil goat man who follows Santa around and goes, "Oh, he put coal in this house? Guess I'm kidnapping this child." Anyway, I don't think it's going to be too long of a video, but I like Krampus. I think he's very interesting. I mean, obviously, you don't want him to come to your house, as you don't want probably most of the things I talk about in these videos to come to your house. But he's cool in theory, and he looks cool, and they have a whole party for him in Germany. And I feel like I want to go one day. Probably not anytime soon, because going to Germany is a lot, but, you know, it's cool. Get to dress up as a big, evil goat thing. Goat monster thingamabob. Anyway, I think it'll be fun to talk about, so we're talking about it. Let's talk about an angry goat. Every year in early December, children in Austria get ready for St. Nicholas to visit them. Santa. If they've been good, he'll reward them with presents and treats. But if they've been bad, they'll get a lot more than a lump of coal. They'll have to face Krampus. I would hate that. Because that sounds like a battle royale thing. And I would not win. I don't. I'm not a very strong person. Who's Krampus, you ask? He's a half man, half goat, who comes around every year to chase naughty children and maybe even drag them to hell. Jesus Christ. We're over here cool, and they're like, you're going to hell. European versions of St. Nicholas have long had scary counterparts like Belsnickel and Knecht Ruprecht, who dole out punishments. Did I say that? Krampus is one such character who comes from folklore in Austria's Alpine region, where he's been frightening children and amusing adults for hundreds of years. Krampus and St. Nick's other bad boys have had origin in pagan celebrations of the winter solstice. Later, they became part of the Christian traditions in which St. Nicholas visited children to reward them on December 5th or 6th. Around that time, his menacing partner would also visit kids to punish them. In Alpine Austria, I almost said Australia, Austria, and some parts of Germany, this day was known as Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night, when adults might dress up as Krampus to frighten children at their homes. Heck yes! Why don't people do that anymore? No one comes to my house dressed up as Krampus to scare kids. I mean, that probably would have traumatized me as a child, but I was already traumatized, so if we just spice it up a bit, it'll be fine. Anyway, children might have also seen Krampus running through the streets during Krampuslauf, literally a Krampus run. If Krampusnacht was a way to scare kids into behaving themselves, the Krampuslauf, why is it making me say so many of these words wrong, which isn't tied to a specific day, was a way for grown men to blow off steam while probably still scaring kids. Austrian men would get drunk and run through the streets dressed as the fearsome creature. Like Krampusnacht, the Krampuslauf, god dang it, tradition continues to the present day. I want to get drunk and run around in a Krampus suit. That's probably amazing. You scare kids. I'm a daycare teacher. I don't scare my children at the daycare. I just think it'd be fun. Maybe do it in a different town where I don't know the kids. Anyway, the introduction of mass visual media couldn't help but sweep the charismatic Krampus up on its wave. When the postcard industry experienced a boom in Germany and Austria in the 1890s, it opened the way for Krampus Karten. These holiday cards weren't meant to make you feel warm and fuzzy. Once marked Gruß vom Krampus, greetings from Krampus, showed Krampus stuffing a distressed child into his satchel or preparing to hit one with his bundle of birch sticks. Many of these postcards depicted Krampus going after children with his sticks, leading them away in chains, or carrying them off in his bag. Ah yes, the seasonal Christmas card. Just makes you feel so warm and fuzzy, you know? Don't you love pictures of children getting beaten, dragged away in chains? It's what everybody gets sent on Christmas or in the season, right? It's probably fine. I don't know. Who thought it was a great idea, though? They're like, you know what? I want to send Dave pictures of children getting beat up. It's like, don't you want to, like, spirit of the season, wish everybody a happy year and stuff? And they're like, no. I want him to see dead children. Well, I guess they didn't say dead, but almost dying. Probably very much not comfortable children. I don't know. There were also cards that were a little more adult. Krampus cards in the early 20th century show him punishing children, yes, but also proposing to women. Yes! In some cards, Krampus is portrayed as a large woman whipping tiny men with her birch sticks and carrying them off in her satchel. In another, a smiling woman dangles a defeated-looking Krampus in the air, holding his bundle of birch sticks behind her back. You can draw your own conclusions about the gender politics in these. I think it's great. Everybody has their own thing. And also, 'tis the season. You know how many sexy Santa things there are? Why not sexy Krampus? You know, add some sexiness to your spooky season. 'Cause spooky season's all year. You can find something scary in everything. I was gonna say, like, you could even probably find something in Valentine's, but didn't, like, St. Valentine, like, kill somebody? Or stalkerish? I don't know. I feel like St. Valentine did something shady. We'll talk about it later. Anyway, for over a century, most Americans probably never saw a Krampus card, or even knew who Krampus was. That changed in 2004, when an art director and a graphic designer, Monte Beauchamp, published a book of Krampus cards, and helped organize an art show inspired by the cards. He's like, you know what America needs? Krampus. You know how they just have so many random creatures? Well, let's add to those random creatures. Let's give them another angry goat. There are so many angry goats. Everybody's always like, the devil, the goat. And then they're like, and this thing's also a goat. And then there's also this goat. And then we have this German goat. And this goat that has a bridge. People really freak out about goats, man. Maybe it's the eyes. It's probably the eyes. Also, they're mean. A goat has injured me many times. But thank you, Monte Beauchamp, for inspiring, or being inspired by cards and bringing them to America. Whether or not Beauchamp is primarily responsible for introducing Krampus cards to the U.S. or not, Krampus was since become a sort of ironic icon. I know how to read words. Ironic icon in America. Etsy has a whole section of items inspired by classic Krampus cards. And if you don't have time to send cards, you can buy an ugly Krampus sweater to wear to your local Krampus party. Or Krampusschlaf. Krampus popularity in the U.S. arguably peaked in the 2015 feature film Krampus, which shouldn't be confused with the many other low-budget Krampus movies. Although Krampus is relatively new to the U.S., the Alpine legend is the original Bad Santa. So, yay, Alpine, Austria. I don't know. My dad was adopted from Germany, so I always thought it was cool. That was another reason I want to go to Germany. But, you know, it takes money and also the world to not be dying for me to go. But I would for sure go to this. It's so cool. They drink and they dress up as Krampus, and you get to see creepy stuff right after creepy season. It's a good thing. It's good vibes all around. It probably wasn't intended to be good vibes all around, but, you know, sometimes you need a half goat man, half man to to carry around a bunch of birch sticks in a sack and threaten your children. And sometimes you need to dress up as that goat man threatening your children. I don't know. I think it's great. It's good goat man quality stuff. I watched I don't know, maybe I didn't watch the high quality one, but I watched a Krampus movie and I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was pretty low budget. So I don't know. Maybe I watched the low budget ones and there are better ones out there. Anyway, this is like what I could, or this isn't like everything I could find, but this is a lot of the stuff I could find on Krampus. So it's a relatively short video, but I think it's good. I think it's a good little video. I like how everyone's like, you know what, we have like this good, nice man giving out presents. We should probably fix that and send a goat after him to beat up the ones who don't get presents. I don't know. Anyway, it's a nice short video about a goat man beating up children and being sexy, I guess, on cards. I'm gonna send someone Krampus cards. It sounds amazing. But anyway, happy holidays. Hope y'all have fun doing whatever holiday you do. Has Hanukkah started yet? I don't know. Someone's holidays probably started. These things apparently celebrated on like the 4th and the 5th of December, so someone somewhere is celebrating something. Anyway, happy holidays. Stay safe. Don't get attacked by the Krampus. Be good. Get those sexy cards from Krampus, though. And, have a happy holidays. Have a nice night. Bye.